So this has been long overdue, but I decided to make a video on my entire Vipassana meditation retreat and how it changed my entire life and my game forever. The first day that I went to the Vipassana retreat, we get there and we unpack all our stuff. Everybody's talking with each other and everyone's getting to know each other a little bit. We started the silence towards the night and we started the first meditation session. And I thought, this is so cool. Like, I loved it. I was like, all right, I could totally do this for 10 days. It's not a big deal. And we finished, we slept around 9 p.m. and then we woke up at 4 p.m. That was probably one of the hardest parts for me, to wake up at 4 p.m. To wake up at 4 a.m. And so the first night I actually didn't sleep because my sleep schedule was to sleep at 4 a.m. and wake up at 2 p.m. or whatever. But first night we completely didn't sleep. The second day was probably when I was like, oh shit, I'm here for 10 days. And this is not so easy because we did, a bunch of meditation sittings and it was extremely hard to actually sit down and focus. And I'll also tell you the technique of the meditation and actually how to do it. So the first 2 days of the meditation retreat, you do a meditation where you focus on the breath. So this is what most people do, and it pretty much gets you clear of your thoughts to be able to bring awareness into light. And this is the first 2 days. We did the breath meditation where we focus on the breath, how it was going through the nose, how it was coming out. Then on the third day, they started saying to focus on the nose. So the senses on the nose, and try to focus on what's going on in terms of the senses. And so we did that. And the funny thing was that it was extremely hard for me to sit down for an hour. After about 30 minutes or 45 minutes, my body would start aching and I couldn't just sit. And as soon as I would open my eyes, because of the pain in my leg or in my back, the pain would just go away. It would vanish. And I found it was really interesting that my mind was playing these tricks on me to get me to react to my body. And, when I asked the teacher, he told me that this is just years and years of your pain body, and the sensations are starting to come up, and you're not aware, and you're not used to having that awareness around your pain body. And so the fourth day was probably one of the hardest days because we had to focus on the nose and also the upper lip, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, how am I supposed to feel this part of my body? And it was extremely, extremely hard, and it was very difficult. And there was times where I felt like giving up. There was times where I told myself all the time, like, this is stupid. Like, why am I here? I don't need to be here. This is for dumb people. This is for hippies, blah, blah, blah. And my mind kept trying to play tricks on me to the point where I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do the 10 days regardless. And so once I got to the fifth day and we started focusing on the senses of our entire body, scanning through our body and focusing on the senses, by this time I could feel everything in my body. I could feel every single sensation. I could see how my body reacts to certain situations and it feeds my thoughts. My subconscious thoughts started coming up. And at nights, I started having dreams of when I was a kid and having these traumatic experiences. And I started having like vivid dreams as if I was reliving it. And I was able to notice how my childhood played a massive factor in what I do and how I have this need for controlling things. And it was very eye-opening, and I became aware of that. It was the first time that I actually came to awareness because I was having these dreams, and it was all these subconscious thoughts were coming up. And after the fifth day, I just loved it. I loved the whole lifestyle of getting up at 4 a.m. and not having, technology around me. The first few days I kept checking my pockets to see where my phone was and stuff because I'd been so wired to continuously do that, and that was a habit of mine. And so I started getting used to it, and I was like, I could do this for 10 days. This is not that bad. And I started sitting the 1-hour sessions. Now, the funny thing that happened on the 6th day was I went to complete, 1 hour where I felt absolutely no pain, or at least I felt it and I didn't label it. And after about an hour, what happened was I just remember, like, it was almost as I blacked out. Okay, after about an hour, I blacked out. And I was sitting there, and there was zero thoughts. There was no thoughts anymore. It was complete silence. It almost felt like death. Like I didn't know whether I was human or not. It was just like complete ego death. It felt like complete darkness. But there was this awareness behind everything. There was this consciousness behind everything. And I realized the truth about who we are. I realized that, like, it's not the form of what we are. We don't call ourselves human. This isn't, a flower or whatever. But everything is, and it's consciousness, and it's pure just being. And we're here to just experience the universe as it is, or at least it's the universe experiencing itself through us, through consciousness. And I truly, truly experienced that, and I didn't have to intellectualize it, because I knew about this stuff through reading books and everything like that, and I had intellectualized it before, where I was like, oh, this is it. But once you actually experience what that feels like, it's completely different. And on the 8th day, I had a flight to New York the 9th, and so I couldn't even finish the full 10 days. I actually left on the 8th day to catch my flight and everything. But and also some other complications and everything like that. But in general, when I came back, I felt this sense of aliveness, this sense of calmness, this sense of passion and love and oneness with everything. And I didn't have those negative reactions to all these certain situations that I used to have before. Like if my parents would ask me how I am on the phone and they would call me, I would react negatively towards that. Or if there was a situation where I felt like I was out of control, I would react extremely negative towards that. But at this time, I had gotten rid of my pain body, the reactions that were in my body that were feeding my thoughts. And because through the Vipassana meditation of sensing my body, becoming aware of how it's reacting and not reacting to it consciously, I was able to get rid of those pain bodies. And it helped me become extremely conscious throughout my life and realize the oneness and impermanence of everything, and that the only thing that is actually real, the only thing that has of any value is love in this earth. And so that was one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It was 10 days, it's completely silent, you have no books, nothing it was just pure meditation. And also I had compassion towards animals. I stopped eating meat. I'm a pescatarian right now, but soon enough I'm gonna cut out all meat of all kind and become full vegan. But I had this compassion for all life, realizing that they're also consciousness and they're conscious of their life, and it's not up to me, being an intellectual animal, to take someone's life for my own pleasure, and not even survival, but pleasure. So that also extremely helped me out to become conscious of all living things, and again realizing that oneness and impermanence of everything. And now I meditate on a daily basis, and the basic practice is Vipassana. And so if anyone is actually interested in this, I'm going to put down the link to go and sign up for the Vipassana retreat. It's actually free for the entire 10 days. They feed you, they give you a place to stay, like everything. It's completely free. And I highly suggest every single person to do this once in their life. And I'm going to do this every year now in January, as soon as the year starts. But it was extremely, extremely amazing opportunity to grow and cultivate that real consciousness and realize the truth about life. And it was just a journey, man. It was amazing. You come back and realize how beautiful things are, how impermanent things are, and you start connecting with people a lot easier. And so anybody who's interested in meditation, I would start there and start at the Vipassana retreat, because it's the best you can do in terms of realizing more about yourself and understanding deeper who you are. The basic practice is you sense through all your body, you sense every single inch of your body as you're breathing, and you sit for an hour straight. You try not to react to your bodily sensations, whether it's pleasurable, whether it's pain. You don't crave onto the pleasurable sensations, and you don't avert or push away the pain, and you see them as one, and you don't label them, and that will help you get rid of those conditioned thoughts that you have. And I realized I have conditioned thoughts of always being in control and power. I had conditioned thoughts of deferring my personality based on the situation. I had conditioned thoughts of judging others without knowing who they are. And this all came to my awareness while doing the Vipassana meditation retreat. So if you want to go check it out, I'll put the link down below. And if you like this video, make sure to click that subscribe button, share this with your friends, like it, thumbs up it, and make sure to leave a comment. And yeah, talk to you soon. Peace.
Big old dreams in real life. Crown king and his beautiful wife. We don't like to sit on our throne, no.